everyone.
What would you do if you had my life? Work like me, had them stripes. Would you go hard just to have that ice? But I'm just fair trying to have that price. Getting yo cooking about to add that spice. Nowadays dudes never had that fight. When it push bill, better burst your pipes. What would you do if you had my life? Work like me, had them stripes. Would you go hard just to have that ice? But I'm just fair trying to have that price. Getting yo cooking about to add that spice. Nowadays dudes never had that fight. When it push bill, better burst your pipes.
The WNBA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by the SGPN app. Get all of our picks and podcasts free with the SGPN app. Yes, sir. We are back with another edition of the WNBA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. No me, no the voice, no guy. It's me, really Ralph, Terrell Furman Jr. here at your service. Yep, you see the shades. Long time listener, you may know.
He's hungover.
Oh, not. Wow. Great job.
Yeah, you're welcome.
You win. You get that one. You get that. That was a good play. Good play. It's actually migraine headache, bro. But great play on that, Scott. Very good. Good move. I'm gonna have to get you back for that one. Oh, you gotta appreciate when somebody gets you good, and he really got that out before I did. But All-Star Weekend is done. The games are back on. I feel like we are heating up. Some good things are happening. AZ Fudd won the 3-point contest as the chalk favorite. Shout out to Jonquel Jones, WNBA MVP, because a lot of people act like they don't know that. She is a former WNBA MVP, Finals MVP, Commissioner's Cup MVP, All-Star MVP. That's the Grand Slam, Scott. So shouts out to Jonquel. And it's a lot of mess going on in the W right now. Man, the league where everybody's messing with everybody. We'll just leave that at that. We'll leave it at that. Yeah. Scott Studio Reichel. Scott, what's going on?
Scotty, beat me up.
Surprise.
Yeah, pretty interesting All-Star weekend. To be totally honest, I missed everything because I was in Florida, so I wasn't really following that much. Thing about hotels is that normally you get like 20 to 30 channels, and that's all you're going to get. So I'm like, all right, great.
I know, man.
Happens, but it is what it is.
Like, why can't we do better? It's 2026.
It's not great, the actual selection there. But either way, it was nice. Got to see some family, so that was always nice. But for the All-Star weekend stuff, I missed most of it. Of course, shout out to Malonga, who had a dunk in the All-Star game. Shout out to Heidemann. I know she ended up coming in last place in the 3-point contest, but she was getting IVs in the morning. Like, props to her for actually participating. Like, she could have easily have skipped it, and people would have just said, like, all right, like, sure, it makes sense. But you know what? She got out there. She didn't shoot well.
The stream was fun. It was.
Yeah,
fun.
Nobody could really expect her to shoot well, and that's why her 3-point championship odds, like, skyrocketed, because everyone heard that she was, like, bedridden the entire morning. So props to her for actually like suiting up, even though she clearly just wasn't near 100%.
And shout out to her for actually still going under on all her No, I think she actually went over on the money balls if you took that, but she definitely went under on the points.
Yeah, but either way, point is like she could have easily dropped out last minute. She chose to suit up, respect. Yeah. But either way, yeah, the real story was the drama off the court, mainly involving Dijonay, and it feels like everyone's dating everybody. Dating might be generous, but you get what I'm trying to say. It's a league like any other, I'll put it that way. So we'll see what happens.
So fun.
But yeah, shout out to Holly Rowe, by the way. getting down on the dance floor. Shout
I
out to her.
can't wait to bring this back up when we talk about the Aces, because I'm 100% bringing back up when we talk about the Aces.
Yeah,
All right.
but that was the main, I'd say, sideshow drama, which was all of the off the court stuff. But the All-Star weekend for the WNBA was fine. I mean, the All-Star game wasn't that competitive. If you had the under, you cashed by like 20 points. So shout out to under bettors there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but as you said, John Quell had a great game. Miles had a great game. Overall, I know Kalen had a great start. Kind of cooled off after that. But either way, it's the All-Star weekend. At the end of the day, it's for festivities and for fun. And a lot of players had a lot of fun. I'll leave it at that. That's the last point I'll make. I mean, did you enjoy All-Star weekend? Because I thought it was fine.
I mean, no. So I think the actual like TV portion, they have to get that together.
Yeah.
I had it split. I had it on the double screen with Friday Night SmackDown, and I was watching both at the same time. The actual All-Star activities were an hour, Scott. That's it, from 8 to 9. And now you're on to, I don't even know what came on next. I think it was like X Games or something like that. Like women's X Games or something like that.
Theoretically, shouldn't you be able to have every event that the men's one has besides the dunk contest? Like a dribbles competition,
everything,
stuff like that?
I don't know why there wasn't, a skills competition. No idea why there wasn't that. They've been talking about adding the one-on-one piece for so long, and it's like, add it. You see it does well in Unrivaled, add it. But now they don't want, I guess maybe they don't want to do it because Unrivaled doing it, but like the one-on-one or like a queen of the court or something like that would be a great ad. But like, come on, man, an hour. It was literally from 8 to 9, 9 o'clock women's X Games or whatever the heck was on. Like,
you know who might be able to actually help change the All-Star format?
Oh.
The new commissioner, whoever that's going to
be. Hopefully it's not worse than what Kathy was doing, man.
That's a pretty low bar, so we'll see what happens.
All right. Let's get into the slate. But first, got to make sure that everybody knows that the Sports Gambling Podcast is doing their 32 team previews. Plus, you have a chance to win a $1,000 NFL future with the phrase that pays. Go over to the Sports Gambling Podcast. They're doing those previews now. Go check them out. Get the phrase at the end of every single show, and you will have that chance to go and win a $1,000 NFL future. 32-word phrase. Go get it over there at the Sports Gambling Podcast. All right. Let's see here. Who are we kicking things off with here? First game up on the slate. Let's talk about 7:30 p.m. on the East Coast. The Washington Mystics at home welcoming the Connecticut Sun to town. Mystics laying 5.5. 6 and no, it's more frequently 5.5. 159.5 is total. Injury report. Let's see. We've got Brittany Griner's out. Aaliyah Edwards is probable in her return, yet another return, because I feel like she's been here a few times already, but yet another return back to DC. Team that drafted her, Aaliyah Edwards, probable for the game, and Sanaya Rivers, who also found her way into the mess this past weekend, probable as well. And I mean, nothing to report from the Washington Mystics. They're a clean bill of health. Scott?
I guess the question I'll ask you, we know the Mystics have been a team that you really don't want to lay that many points with because they can be quite, I'll use the word streaky. 1-1 this season, both against Connecticut. Both games were in Connecticut, so there you go. I do want to ask you, though, for the actual matchup in itself, Connecticut is 7-20, but they have definitely been better for the last month. How bad is Connecticut? Are they not terrible, or are they still terrible?
I don't think that they're horrible. 7-3 in their last 10 games against the spread, and like you said, 5-5 in those games. Like, those are majority of their wins on the season coming right now. They are I think the biggest difference in the Connecticut Sun now, opposed to what we saw in the beginning of the season, is that one, they're not letting teams just go crazy. Like, they're attempting something on defense. Is it the best thing in the world at all times? No. The pace that they run probably doesn't help that at times when they start pushing the ball, and the numbers and the total of the game go up. But they've gotten better scoring, more consistent scoring, and they played better defensively. and they're forcing turnovers. So I think that this is definitely a better Connecticut Sun team. My concern is, do you know all the times that somebody has been playing good before the All-Star break and then they come back and it's just like
Yeah.
back to what we were doing? You know, we forgot what got us here and we start doing the same things that we were doing earlier in the season. That's what makes this one tough for me, but I kind of don't want to lay this amount of points with the Mystics. Like, I want to say that Connecticut can just kind of find a way to keep themselves in this game.
I think I'm with you. Like, I don't really trust the Mystics laying points. They've been better than I think most people expected. I didn't mind them going into the year. I thought they'd be around 500. They're 14-12, so good for them. But at the same point, I mean, they had a great win against the Valkyries, a great win against the Aces, so props to them there. But, like, random blowout home losses against the Fire? Like, all right, sure. Lost to Connecticut on the road by 11 last head-to-head meeting. They're just a very streaky team. Like, I just don't trust laying 6.5 points with them.
They make it messy.
Fun.
Every game is ugly. Like, it's a grinded out, ugly kind of game. And I don't know if that's something I want to sign up for laying 2 possessions with. Like, maybe the Mystics get the win in this one, but
it's not even 2, it's 3, because I see 6.5 in some spots.
Yeah, I think I'll take the points with the.
I'm with you there. I'll go with the under because I feel like I have to. I think most Mystics games I'm blindly looking under in the first place, but Connecticut can play okay defense. They have played better defense recently. And I mean, besides the Fever game where they were just ready to go to the All-Star break. But I think at the end of the day, I'm picking another low-scoring rock fight. I mean, the last game they had against each other landed 125. Like, I think 160 is a little bit high to get to. I don't see both teams getting to 80. I'm not sure either team gets to 80, to be honest here. So I'll go with the under in this game, too.
Yes, a couple of notes. Mystics, in their last 10 games, they are 0-3 as a home favorite in the 3 games that they played. Against the spread, straight up in those games, 2-1. So that kind of goes and plays into that part. You talked about the under, Scott. Under's been good for both of the 2 teams in the last 10 games. Both of them 4-6 to the total. I think it's going to be ugly. I like the Sun, and the Sun have been better defensively. So I'm with you as well. We're on dog and under. That's how we start things off after the break. All right. Let's see here. Who's next? Hey, Hip Hop Harry. Hey. There's some people that know that, some people that don't. Minnesota Lynx at home welcoming the Toronto Tempo to town. You didn't know, but I was about to say Raptors. It was so close to me saying Raptors, and then I just got Tempo out. I didn't have to tell myself there, but like it was very, very close to me saying Raptors. And I was able to get Tempo out. Lynx are here at home laying 16.5 against Toronto Tempo. Total sitting here at 186.5. Injury report for these 2 teams, and we have for the Minnesota Lynx, clean injury report. Nothing to report there. We did see Nafisa Collier make her return in that last game, and so now she's for sure back into the lineup. There's still maybe a little bit of a minutes restriction, but I haven't seen anything official for that just yet. Yeah. And those are like, what was it, like 20 and 10?
Yeah, but you also know what happened in that game, right?
What happened?
The Lynx didn't cover.
Yeah.
Story of the entire season. They'll win, but they don't give a damn about the spread.
Especially like here now. Like early, I felt like they were beating teams like very early in the season. Maybe that was just the fact of like everybody counted the Lynx out without Nafisa Collier and didn't know Miles would be this great. But like as they have adjusted the line, they really have not been covering the number at all. Very, very bad team against the spread right now. So Sandy Bardello said that Brittany Sykes is not even close. Kiki Rice has been practicing. She's questionable today. Kliandikova is out. Naira Sabali is questionable today. And I have Isabel Harrison also as a questionable tag. So Bunch of things in the air for the Toronto Tempo.
I mean, does it? I feel like we're just going to go with what's worked, right? I mean, if you've been blindly laying with the Lynx, you've lost a bunch of money.
Yeah.
Like, I can't lay 16.5. I understand why. It's because, Minnesota's healthy. You get Nafisa back. Like, this team is loaded. We already know this. But I don't think the Tempo are that great, but they can still score. Like, if Mabry has it going, then they can definitely keep this game somewhat competitive. But 16.5 is a lot for a team that really never covers at all. If you look at their numbers, ATS, when they're laying double digits, it's not good. I'll take Toronto plus the points. I think the Lynx end up winning this game. But I think they've proven over the last month or two especially, do they care if they win by 17 or 6? No, they don't care. Like, winning is winning. That's all that matters to them. I'll go Toronto. Maybe they'll backdoor it. They give me Toronto plus 16.5.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. So if you go to the last 20 games, it's 8-11-1. And you're like, all right, that's a few games under. But like, if you go to the last 10 games, they have covered one game in the last 10 games. They are 1-8-1 to the number in the last 10 games. 8-2 against this. Straight up. 8-2 straight up. 1-8-1 against spread. Really, really horrible stuff here. Add in the fact, and really a large part of that is that they're not playing any kind of defense. Like, they're not getting any type of stops in these games that is able to sit there and say at the end of the game, oh yeah, they start to pull away, and then they finally rest the starters. No, the starters are out there playing because they're not playing any defense. They're giving up almost 90 points per game in this span. Like, that's not how the Lynx play ball and how they look on the defensive side. And any level of defense you get from them is probably for at best a quarter.
Yeah.
At best.
That might be one more quarter than Toronto, though. Because Toronto doesn't guard anybody.
I've tried to like guess when the switch was going to flip, because I understand the switch is going to flip for them at some point, and they will start playing better defensively, and they will start just beating the crap out of teams. But I'm done playing that game. I'm just gonna keep fading them until they prove like, oh, all right, now they're playing better ball. So, as much as I would hate to take Toronto can go out there and score with anybody. No matter who they throw out on the floor, they can just put up enough points where they can find themselves in the game. And maybe it's a 13-point loss.
I'm with you. I'll go with the dog, and I'll go with the over.
Yeah,
I see a bunch of points.
Same, easy there. All right. Hey, Circle's back with the greatest NFL handicapping contest. Better than ever with $30 million in prizes. $20 million for Circle Survivor, $6 million for Circle Million, $4 million for Grandissimo. Sign up in Nevada and play from anywhere. And they now take Bitcoin over at Circle Sportsbook. So make sure you go check them out. Head over to footballcontest.com. Use promo code SGPN to get $50 off your proxy fees. Come out and for contest weekend, August 27th through 29th as well. You get 15% off your stay at the Circa with promo code SGP15. We're also brought to you by Novik. Novik means reduced juice, so you can get some bets that might be like minus 110 at a traditional sports book. They might be closer to even money over there at Novik. Go check them out. If you use an odd screen, Novik has some of the best prices in the market. Download Novik. Get the app. You get 100% purchase match up to $25 on our promo code SGPN. Get in on the action with Novik. Promo code SGPN. All right. Who's next? 9:30 p.m. on the East Coast. We have the Indiana Fever on the road going to play Seattle Storm. Storm catching 9.5 in some shops. Yeah, I see 9.5s out there. 184.5 is the total. Let's see here. Injury report. We have Dom Malonga, who's questionable for this game. And for the Indiana Fever, it looks like Caitlin Clark probable. Damaris Dantas out. Bree Hall probable. All right. So it's kind of like the same thing with Connecticut, and really going to be my thoughts. Like, there's teams that start playing better ball towards the back half. Do they come back firing on all cylinders, still continuing to play good ball, or does that kind of fall off? Because one, Seattle is 10-4, 10-4 to the number at home.
Mhm.
Over the course of the season. They are a great home team. They put on for their home crowd and go out there and try to compete for those games. Do they win a bunch of them? No, because they're 4-10 straight up. But they go out there and they compete. 7-3 straight up in their last 10 games. Seattle is a team that I've been talking about over the season, Scott, of like, man, Seattle actually plays good defense. They just can't score the ball ever. They started scoring the ball a little bit better. They found themselves in these games and a chance to win and play really, really solid defense. So, like, now they're going up against an Indiana team that I think plays no defense. However, good luck trying to slow them down.
I mean, we also saw them play a couple weeks ago, and Caitlin had one of the best games in the history of the league, and they still didn't cover. So Seattle hung in there. Fam and Malonga were solid throughout that entire game, and it still felt like they didn't really have an answer to deal with them. I think I'm taking the points. If Clarkson had dropped 45 and 10, and you're still almost going to lose the game, I'm not laying 8.5. Like, that's not happening. Seattle was leading for like parts of that fourth quarter as well. And then, of course, Caitlin went crazy. They got enough stops and they won. That game was a war. And I know, once again, it's pretty tough to ignore the fact that the Storm defensively just let Caitlin get whatever she wanted for the entire game. But I do think the Storm are intriguing here because, one, as you said, they've been pretty good at home, ATS. And two, Caitlin went nuclear, and they still almost won the game. I can't ignore that, right?
Yeah.
So I'll take the Storm plus the points.
So Indiana's 4-6 against the spread in their last 10 road games. Defense, meh. Offense, yeah. I think the real part here is the fact of they've got to be able to, one, force the Seattle team to make mistakes, get the ball out of their hands, and they can't do that because they struggle to force turnovers, and they turn the ball over a lot of their own. And that, when Seattle gets you turning the ball over and they start getting out on the fast break, like they put up points, and that's how they add to their total there. That's how the pace starts picking up in the game because they start capitalizing on mistakes. And this Indiana team does make a lot of mistakes with basketball in their hands. So I think that's going to be a large part of the reason as well. I'm with you, Seattle Storm plus the points. I'm not going to lie, man. I wouldn't be surprised. Like,
I think they could win the game.
They've got to start winning some of these home games, man. They keep finding themselves in it. Let's see what happens with Dom Malonga. Hopefully she goes out there and plays. But, like, Seattle's not. They just don't close the games out and end up with the win. But, like, I love how they go out there and compete. I really do. I would give them an actual, like, matter of fact. Do we have it? Where is it? I might have it. Yeah. You're not going in there and covering the number. No, you're not. All right. Over. Still. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, Indiana's tough to take an under with.
Yeah, like, it's really just Indiana. As much as, and this is probably one I'm not betting because I'm really afraid of the Seattle piece of this, especially if they like key in defensively. But, like, it's really hard for me to go against Indiana on the total. It really, I mean, they let. What was it? 100? What was it? 110 to 107 or something? What was it? Yeah, 110, 107 the last time. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Come on. I'm not gonna play myself. All right. Let's see here. Next up. Oh, Liberty. Our New York Liberty on the road. Going to play the Los Angeles Sparks. Liberty laying 5.5 now. 183.5 is the total. injury report here for the New York Liberty, and we have Leone Fevich doesn't have a timetable for return. Marine Johannes is questionable. Satu still out. Plum is out, but didn't I say something that says she doesn't plan on resigning with them? I feel like I did. So, yeah, Plum doesn't intend on. I wonder how they figured that out. Like, did Kelsey Plum tell you herself? But it says Kelsey Plum doesn't intend on resigning with the Spurs this offseason. But
And
LA.
I wouldn't. I mean, if we're being serious here, the Aces won a championship.
Ouch, ouch.
To be fair, I think we can agree that Jewel Lloyd, yes, they won a title, but she hasn't exactly looked like Jewel Lloyd throughout her entire time with the Aces.
Yep.
And they still won a title anyway, despite what I'll call a massive downgrade. I think we can agree on that, because Plum is having a very solid season stats-wise. The Aces won anyway. The Sparks traded and ended up like it's just a bad look for Kelsey when she's putting up good numbers, but the team stinks. And her former team acquires somebody who's, I think we can agree, worse than her, and they win a title anyway. Like, I would want to get out of the Sparks. I don't know what the hell the Sparks are doing. What are the Sparks doing? They're just losing games.
I mean, it really sucks that, like, one, I didn't feel like they were doing anything spectacular when she was there playing, but like she's literally watching the team just like, oh, we have no shot. Like,
yeah, and how'd it go last year? You still had Rakia, you still had Kelsey, you missed the playoffs. Like, what are we doing here? I don't blame her for wanting to get out of there. The question is, will the Sparks trade her? That's really the only question left. She should leave.
If I am the Valkyries, I think I'm getting on the phone. I think we can hide Plum defensively.
And we agree that they need a serious scorer. No offense to Burton, but I do think Plum would give you a bit more.
Nakase was on that staff with Plum winning championships. Like,
yeah.
If I'm the Valkyries, I think I'm getting on the phone. I need that scorer, like that one person that I know I can go to that I'll just go and get a bucket.
But we agree that could be an option. And you stay in California, you don't travel that much.
The thing about this is, like, we're saying all this, but like on the other side of the coin, like, how do you feel about the Liberty?
I mean, look, in terms of the last time they played, a reminder that the game ended on a buzzer beater in LA. So that was definitely, a very fun game, etc. But
I thought you were talking about the last game they played, like, in general, because they just play close games with everybody now.
That too. But I'm saying, like, we've already seen the Liberty go into LA and lose outright. So I'm on the Sparks here. There's no chance I'm laying 5.5 with the Liberty. Liberty have some injury concerns still. I don't really think DeMarco's a good coach. I know we agree on that. I'm really out on this team right now. Now, it hasn't helped that Satu has been injured for almost the entire year, and that was one of the big pieces that they were hoping to bank on this season. But, I mean, Lainey Hamilton barely plays anymore. Fevich, we know, has just not been available. That's a big deal. There's a lot to not like about this team. I'm not laying 5.5. I'll take the Sparks.
So, last 10 games, the New York Liberty are 2-7-1 against the spread. They are a fat 0-4 in their 4 games as a road favorite in that span. Have not covered the number in any of those games. They've only 4-6 straight up. They're losing these games outright as well. The defense has been horrible. They're giving up 90.8 points per game. They can't get any consistent scoring going at all. We're hoping Sabrina has a good day here or there, but Stewie is really the only consistent scoring piece game to game, I feel like, Scott.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, they just look like shit, for lack of a better word. They just look like shit every time I watch them play the game. They look like shit. It's questionable decision making by the coach of not calling timeouts, allowing other teams to go on runs for the whole entire quarter, and you end up with the freaking 9-point quarter. Like, yeah, Sparks. Well, as bad as I think the Sparks are, the Liberty, I feel like the Liberty have played like shit recently, and maybe they turn it around after the All-Star break. But like, I'm just going to continue to bet these teams how I thought they were before the All-Star break, and if somebody turns around and shows me different, then I'll switch up. But as of right now, I'm going to keep it as we've been doing and just trusting what we've been seeing. Fade Liberty, Sparks plus 5.5.
It's also in general, you have an East Coast team traveling west, which is never a good travel spot. So
Yep.
I'll go with the Sparks. I think they could win the game.
They saying like Michael's in the chat and he's saying this is the Liberty wake up game, and I'm just
I don't
like,
know how many
man,
wake up games though you can expect when they keep playing like garbage.
yeah, like I'd rather just say, all right, I'll wait for the wake up game and then I'll get on the Liberty train. But until then, no way, man.
I mean, we've been fading this Liberty team ATS for a while, and it's been working out. We can handle being wrong once. We've cashed for about the last month and a half.
Chicago, they were laying 7.5. They won by 1. Dallas,
Should have
they were
lost that game, by the way.
laying
That was the UNESCO game. They should have lost that game.
Dallas was laying 4.5 on the road. No Paige Beckers, 1 by 1. Indiana blew them out by 20. Toronto Tempo in the state that the Toronto Tempo are right now, 1 by 2. And I watch these games, like they look bad. Like things just look bad, and I'm constantly questioning coach at every step of the way. So like, we'll see if they turn around. But
even that Dallas game was a miracle. They scored like what 7 points in the entire third quarter, and then came back from double digits down. Like they should have lost that game too.
Phoebich injury really does hurt them defensively too.
And they just decided, or the coach decided, that Lainey Hamilton isn't actually worth anything, so she just doesn't play. Like, all right, whatever.
Like, who are you?
I'm not a fan.
I really think he's a one. I really think he should be one and done. I really think they should be like, okay, we tried it. We tried it with the NBA assistant. It didn't work. Don't like you're. I hate for the excuse to be Satu didn't play because still with the players on the court, he's not making good decisions.
Yeah, I don't think he's a good coach. I said that like 2 games into the season, so
yeah.
I stand by what
you did. You actually very.
I lost the fire. I was
very,
watching
very
it. I'm like, this guy can't coach.
Yeah, you said it. Yeah, it was the fire game. He was like, yeah, this guy sucks. Good. Yeah, great job. Great call, Scott. Speaking of the fire, we'll talk about the fire in just 1 second. But first, I got to make sure I talk to everybody about Underdog. Spreads, money lines, totals, and parlays available over there at Underdog Fantasy. Plus, Best Ball Mania is on the way. Fantasy football, $15 million in prizes, including $2 million in first place for Best Ball. Make sure you go check it out over there at Underdog Fantasy. New customers play just $5. Get $50 in bonus funds when you sign up with promo code NBA SGPN. We're also brought to you by Kalshi. On Kalshi, trade spreads, money lines, totals, futures, all of that over there at Kalshi. They're available in a whole bunch of different states, so make sure you go check them out. New Kalshi customers get $10 when they use that promo code SGPN. That's Kalshi, KALSHI, promo code SGPN. All right. Portland Fire on the road. Going to play Las Vegas Aces. Aces laying 12.5. 177 is the total. 77.5 is out there. Sarah Ashley Barker, torn ACL.
Yeah.
For the Fire. She was playing pretty decent too. It's a pretty big loss. Cheyenne Parker Tyus is out. Kirsten Bell's out for being messy. That's why Kirsten Bell is out. Injury designation, being messy. All right. Well, Jackie's not passing Melissa the ball once. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm gonna compose myself. They're just really funny. Like you have to go to Twitter, find out the lore of this Las Vegas Aces team right now. But in all seriousness, I feel like we just saw this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we know Asia's going to have a monster game. The question is, will she have a big enough game to lead them to a 13-plus point win? That's really the question. Because we know they can't guard. I probably will end up taking the points. It's just a lot of points to lay after a layoff, you know? You mentioned the distraction stuff. That's not good for the locker room. I mean, maybe Kennedy wasn't all the problem in that locker
No,
room.
but like seriously, the fact that all of this was going on in the locker room, and we are just now hearing bits and pieces, but like they probably know all of the mess. You're telling me all of this is going on in the locker room, and Kennedy, she's got to go.
Yeah,
That's how bad it was.
they got problems all over the place. But like like the Aces, we know, are still a very talented team. Defensively, they're not exactly that great, but we know offensively they still have the best player of all time, and that's usually enough. But do I think Portland can sneak in there and find a way to keep this game close? Sure, I can see that. They're off a layoff. You got a bunch of distractions going on in the locker room. Chemistry's a problem. I don't want to lay 12.5.
And also, last 10 games, Portland's caught 10 plus points 3 times, and they were 3-0 in that span. So you're telling them that they're all the way out of it, they are going out and covering the game and keeping it close. So like, I'm very curious because I really think like Sarah Ashley Barker was playing some really solid minutes for them. And if that could be a reason of, okay, now the team, like kind of something that kind of throws the team off, but like maybe she just probably didn't have that role. It was just like, oh, she was just a really good player that like sucks. We're gonna miss her, but we're gonna still go out there and be fine. And so the fact that they can be as bad as defensively as they are and still put up the number of points to be able to find themselves in these games, I'll take the points based off that. And just because it's messy and it makes all this more fun. So
Yeah, I agree.
Portland Fire plus 12.5. Over for me for the total, Scott.
Yeah, I agree with you on that too. I want to read off the actual total so far this season. Played twice. The last game was a bit more low scoring. Now both games were in Portland. Second game they lost by 8, but it was 88-80. First game Portland lost by 16, but Aces scored 105 points. So there is a chance the Aces just go nuclear and we're wrong, but the over gets there anyway. But I'll go with the over.
And the Fire have been better at home. I mean, not at home, on the road than they were when they started the season. So it seems like time has started to mend things there. All right. Yeah, Aces get the win. They don't get the cover. Aces 1-10.
Yeah.
So feels like it's one of those days. All right. Nothing else here. Lock dog, underdog.
You're going first.
Should I, after the All-Star break, do you think we should switch?
Your call.
Or do you feel like we keep going? We keep going?
I'm fine with it.
All right, we keep rolling. Lock. Want to start things off on a good note. I will go for my lock. Wow, it's like a lot of dogs. Was this all dogs? We were on all dogs today, Scott.
Yeah, it sounds right.
Yes, we were on every single dog. Wow. Okay. Lock, because it only makes it fun. No, Sarah Ashley Barker. I just don't know what that team looks like. Like, what if that one piece, like, and everything just comes crashing down? Connecticut plus 6.5. That is my lock. Dog. Seattle did just almost beat them. Seattle plus 320 on the money line.
All right. For my lock, I thought about going to that Connecticut game too, but I thought about the under in that game.
I don't hate it.
The question is, do I actually trust? Well, I mean, with the injuries that Connecticut has, I mean, Griner's out. We know that she, of course, can be a solid scorer. Does, have about 2 blocks per game. So her being out has been a bit of an issue in terms of the defense. But we know Washington plays a bunch of ugly games. So I'm going to go for it. Give me the under 159.5 in the Sun and Mystics game as my lock. For my dog, I'm going with the Sparks. Give me the Sparks money line in this one. I saw them beat the Liberty already in LA, not to mention the fact that you still have some injuries impacting the Liberty. Of course, you're looking at Satu being out, Fibic is out, Joannis got injured. That's a big deal. Solid bench player. Sparks have played without Plum for about a month or so already, but I think that they are fine offensively.
Mm-hmm.
I still don't trust DeMarco. So I'm going to go for the Sparks money line as my dog. Best price is available at about plus 165.
All right. Underdog. What do we like here?
Do you want to take Fam in case Malong ends up not playing?
And Fam has been decent. She really the offensive rebounds were really good with Fam.
And if Malong is actually out, you should get a lot more usage. So
points PR?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
19.5 higher?
Sure.
Do we have an Aaliyah Edwards number?
No, we might. I mean, I think she's starting.
I said 9.5.
Yeah, she is starting. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, Griner's out. Even if she's not starting, she's coming off the bench. First one, 9.5. Playing against Washington again? Yeah, I'll take that.
Okay.
And Asia?
Sure. No, we don't think anybody on that team can guard her, so that's fine.
Yeah. She scores. They still don't cover. All right. There we go. Aaliyah Edwards, higher 9.5 points. Awafam, higher 9.5 points in rebounds. And Asia Wilson, higher 26.5 points. 6.5x Scott. $100 gets you $650 over there. $100 fantasy. Make sure you use that promo code NBA SGPN. Anything else for people before we get up out of here?
Not really. Once again, a lot of games on the card. Should be fun. And let's make some money.
All right. He's at Reichel Radio. I'm at reallyreal__. Make sure you give us a follow at SGPN NBA, youtube.com/NBA Gambling Podcast, and 5-star rating and review wherever you get the WNBA Gambling Podcast. We will be back. And with that, nothing else to say, nothing else to do. No other way of ending the podcast is going to like this.